There's something I need you to see. See what? What are you talking about? Oh, geez. Technically have it. I did. I contacted them several times. They said they didn't know anything about it. They said they didn't have it. Really? Say they lied about it. You don't think they are lying, do you, Detective? They wouldn't lie about something like that, something so precious to this town, would they? I'm sure whoever you talked to was mistaken. Yes, that must be it. I'll keep trying. Enjoy your time in Kamakura. So that's interesting. They played it off like they didn't have it, and he wants to know what happened to it. I think we should give it back. It should go back to where it came from, because all this shit went downhill since we got it, did it not? I'm looking for Mai Kawana. Have you seen her? Oh, you're looking for Mai again, huh? Are you sure? That's such a good idea. She was pretty upset about the, happenings the last time you were here. I mean, I've barely seen her leave Kamakura since then. Maybe it's best you leave her alone. It's important I talk to her. ... I suppose she'd be at the shrine that's down the street like usual. Mine's very important to this town. Please don't upset her too much. We all want everything to go back to normal. Normal how, though? One says leave Kamakura and don't talk to her. And one says exit. So we have the option of leaving to not upset her, but we need to talk. The investigation is not that important overall, but I do at the same time want justice for those that have been hurt. And the question is, are we the ones that caused all of this? That's why it was like, leave Kamakura. I don't think that's the right option. I don't want to just leave it at that. Look at this, the blood, like, is that a handprint on that one? We could knock on the house, but we could keep going too. Ah, fuck it, we'll knock on the house, because I want to see what's going on over here first. Go away, no visitors. Oh wow. I just want to give you back your mask. Hello, Mr. Crow friend. That's normally an ominous sign of death. Of someone or something. Oh, maybe we should have left. I don't know. This is one of those things where it's like a 50-50, and I think both could go really bad. The cherry blossoms continued to fall as I ran towards the shrine. The scent on the air was the same as before. In front of me was Mai Kawana, still dressed in the outfit of the shrine maiden. Nothing was different. I was trapped. Watch, it's gonna keep repeating itself, like an infinite loop or something. The fear from that day perfectly captured on her face, as if I was viewing a photograph. I felt lightheaded. My body felt heavy, my legs resisting every step I took in her direction. The wind blew through the branches of the trees. I heard whispers. Whether the voices were from my memories or in that moment, I couldn't be certain. I was scared of losing control again. I just won't click anything. Fuck you, mask. No, I won't do it. Kazuki said it wasn't real. He said if I took my meds, it would go away. Ugh, I can't hear myself think. Please go away. Go away. Shut up. Leave me alone. Who is it? Stay back. Wait, it's you, isn't it? Itō, right? What are you doing here? Oh, maybe we did something right. Because sorry. Just give me a minute. ... That's right. I'm here for that. I'm here to apologize to you, Mai. I should have come sooner, but then Reina, well, it's been complicated. Who? I guess I'm surprised that you'd come to apologize. I didn't hear anything from you or anyone else for 6 months. Everyone else around here just ignored me and pretended like it never happened. Really? The guy at the bus station's acting weird. Or transit place. I know you probably don't want anything to do with me. That day I lost control, or anyway, I couldn't think straight. No, I had no choice. That girl was there with a knife to your throat. I had to do it. Yeah, that's it. I was following procedure. But I put you at risk. I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me. Following procedure, huh? It's strange, isn't it? The cherry blossoms, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I just get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. But that's selfish, huh? It's not like I want everyone to suffer along with me. I guess the only other one who understands that is you, Detective. Yeah, it hasn't been easy for me either. I still see Rena sometimes, and I can't help but wonder if it's real. Rena? You mean the girl who you... I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up. I know that you and your partner were only doing what you could to save me, but I wished I could have helped. I felt so helpless. So there was a girl, but it might have been somebody different? Maybe it wasn't really Rena? At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, I asked Grandma about the mask that girl, Rena was after, and she said she'd never heard of it. But it was a lie. I found one of her old journals at the shrine, and she wrote that the mask was important and had to be hidden away. Why would she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone always trying to protect me by covering everything up. We shouldn't give her the mask, is what I'm getting out of this. Grandma hasn't been the same since that day either. She shuts herself up in that old house and mumbles to herself about things I don't understand. My gut tells me that mask has something to do with it. Hehe, I bet that mask is what's making the dark come out. Why did you say that, Mai? Yes, what's wrong? You look pale. This is a bit embarrassing, but let me help you. Everyone around here keeps ignoring everything, but I can't. Grandma won't say anything and always stays shut away, but I bet Tanakshi, something like that, knows something. I've always got a sense that he was hiding things from me. So, yeah, that's the guy at the transport place, right? Kind of feels that way. Oh, sorry. Tanakshi's my brother. He used to live here in Kamakura with me and Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. Really? Huh, yeah, that's a good idea. Where does your brother live now? Oh, okay, so it's not the guy at the bus station. I see, I'm not really keeping track of the names, and so that kind of fucked with me. Okay, so it's not him. Okay, my bad. He's an instructor at the successful Kendo dojo in... Oh my god, these names. Askusa. Something in Tokyo. I hear he's a big shot in the Kendo world. It sounds like he'd be a good place to start. Do you think he'll speak to me? You can try. He's never been very good at opening up to strangers, though. It's worth a shot. Thanks for listening to me, Mai. You know, part of me thinks like all these things happening is going to make you feel like you should take your meds. But I'm not real sure either. Maybe we should have told that guy that the mask didn't exist. I don't know. All of this seems very questionable. And she won't even answer her door. Yeah, go away, no visitors. Alright. So she's apparently acting funny now. She wanted nothing to do with the mask and wanted us to take it away. Let's see. My investigation up to that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out his Kendo dojo was well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want word of my investigation finding its way back to HQ. A few misfired questions could end up with officers knocking on my door, or worse, Yukimura himself calling me up. I had to be cautious. Inside is the interior of the traditional tea shop, but it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Ooh, food vendor. Buy octopus balls. I mean, why not have a good time? Please don't kill me. Hello there, would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at the food stand at the festival. They will make you question everything you knew about octopus in ball form. Who can say no to that sales pitch? Sure, I'll take some. They look good. Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had. I'm probably saying that wrong and I'm sorry. Thank you, something. Sanity up, professionalism, and neurosis. Like, it ruined some things, but made other things. But I don't know what any of those stats really do for me. Hopefully, they keep me from going crazy, but... look, listen... Tourists, likely. I can hear them speaking English. My English isn't so great, so I doubt they'll be of much help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Hello there, is there something we can help you with? Huh? I don't speak Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect. As a college professor, if it wasn't, I'd probably be out of a job. I'm no college professor, but I work in a Japanese software company, so it'd be in a bit of trouble too. Don't look at me. I just live here, well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs. Whoa. I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry, I never would have thought. Would you prefer to speak in English instead? No! I mean, no please, Japanese is fine. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to be nosy. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something? Heh, no. We come to Akusa every year, and the yukata become part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? Don't knock tradition, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold, though. Alright. Make excuse to leave. Ask about dojo. Yeah, let's just ask about it. I don't care. You guys come here every year. You must know the area pretty well by now. I'm looking for a kendo dojo where Takashi Kawana works. It should be in this area. Kawana? Why does that name seem so familiar? Oh, right. He's a kendo instructor at the dojo right behind us. People say he's some kind of prodigy. I wouldn't be surprised if he became a master in time. Supposedly, he's very particular about who he trains. I suppose he doesn't want to waste his time with people who aren't serious. Makes sense when you think about it. With how good he is, he must get a ton of wannabe kendo masters coming to him. Seems like he trains a lot of police, too. In the time we've been standing here, we've seen a few come in and out. All that, and I think he's still in his 20s. For someone so young, he must be under a lot of pressure. No kidding. I've heard talk of an interdepartmental kendo tournament. It's become a matter of pride for the different regional departments. I wish my work did martial arts competitions between departments. Nothing would work out unspoken tension between me and my boss quite like a good smack to the jawline. Haha. Police fighting each other, huh? That must be pretty brutal. I mean, I guess police in Japan don't really have to use force all that much, though. Yeah, anyway. How do you know so much about the dojo, anyway? I mean, I live in Shinagawa, and I don't know anything that specific about it. You see, it says so right here in the dojo's flyer. He was out here about 10 minutes before you came handing them out. Kind of seemed a little prickly, so we didn't talk to him, though. I admit, it would have been much cooler if we'd known that off the top of our head, but we're glad we were able to help you regardless. Sigh, it makes me feel a little silly now, trying to learn more about him from a flyer. Considering he trains so many police, I'm surprised I've never heard of him until now. Are you associated with the police somehow? Huh? Who, me? No, of course not. I'm an investigator, see? Like a private detective? Listen, if anyone comes by asking about a female detective, just, sorry, I don't speak Japanese, right? Exactly, I appreciate it. Anyway, I should get going. Sorry to bother you. Thanks for the information, guys. Our pleasure. Good luck at the dojo. Let us know if you learn any kendo tricks. The men in the department always puffed out their chests when they talked about the kendo competitions like it was going to impress me or something. Never paid it much attention. Still, it's strange that someone related, however faintly, to the mask has yet another tie to my old life. Takashi Kawana seems like an interesting guy, but very serious and not keen on strangers. At least I didn't have to use any English. That would have been a disaster. I think talking to them might have been a bad idea. The fact that it gives you an excuse to leave could be important, especially if you don't want them to know. And the fact that they are like, yeah, we won't tell anybody. They say that, but will they do that? That's the real question. I guess we'll just go in. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It has a very traditional aesthetic. Let's go ahead and head on in. Oh, look at this place. Who are you? A friend of mine's, Detective Itō. Detective, huh? I recognize you from the papers. This is about Mai, right? I had a few questions about your family. Mai said you could help me. She did she? How'd you get that out of her, I wonder? I'm sorry, Detective. I don't know anything about my family that would be of use to you. I haven't even asked you anything yet. Good, let's keep it that way. At any rate, I'm busy. You can see yourself out. What a dick! Well, that didn't go well. Maybe Mai will know how to soften her brother up. So what, we're supposed to go back and see Mai now? Alright. Inside is the interior of a traditional tea shop, but it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Alright. Alright, we're back to speak to Mai, I guess. Should we talk to this guy again? Hello? Let's just exit. Leave Kamakura. Yeah, no, we don't need to talk to you. Alright, so apparently the only thing we can do there is leave. There's no more dialogue with him. We're just gonna head on through. If we knock on her door, she's just gonna be like, get out of here! Yeah, go away, no visitors. Alright. Back to see Mai, I guess. Man, this town has like 2 houses. Who else lives out here? Hello, Mai. Hopefully we won't try to shoot you again. Your brother. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yep, you found Big Brother, alright. He's been protective of me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? ... You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family has been acting so strangely. Even my own brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Itō. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. But if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. Your parents? What happened to your parents? Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. I respect that. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. I have a feeling Grandma is gonna be, like, possessed or something. Like it's probably not gonna be good. Alright, Mai, let's go. Wait, did she close her eyes just as we left that, like, area? So that was creepy. Alright, let's go. Hello, Mr. Girlfriend. You know, I wish you could come with us. Oh, whoa, what's this? A dead crow lays in the middle of the street. The small body is in a bad state of decay, covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun eating at its remains. Hello, Mr. Crow friend. That's normally an ominous sign of death. Aww. I'm sorry, crow friend. Aww. I like crows. It might be a raven, but even so, I like ravens too. I mean, Mai's not with us. Oh, I said no visitors. Leave me alone. Oh, there she is. Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. Mai? Oh, Mai, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in. I don't know about this. Should we give her the mask back and maybe things will go back to normal? I don't know. Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something and you were going to free me from the past. Free you? Are you talking about the mask? Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it, like needles in my skin dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, Detective? Like, you're a bad old woman to have given that to somebody else knowing that it could probably do what it did to you. Like, if it bothers you that badly, you're okay with giving it to someone else, knowing that it's going to do that to them, and yet you gave it away, and all it does is affect more than one person. A dark place where those we've lost reside. I'm so old and I have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Amiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Amiko? You mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born. Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi, and if you don't tell me the truth, he will. Listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know, your mother. And you, Detective. Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do, but keep my family out of it. Man, you gave us the mask to begin with. How dare you tell us to keep other people out of it when you dragged us into it? We've suffered enough. Uh-huh. Okay. That's some grade A hypocrisy right there. You don't know anything about me, and besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family. Damn! ... Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami? Something like that? Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Yeah, I'm sure it's not a myth. Really, we should get going. Stay right there. Though I've told you this story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use to this woman to hear it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods, known to us as the kami in legend. It was the drops of the ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realms of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Katsuchi, the kami of fire, she was horribly burnt and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying and faced with her mortality, new kami were born from her suffering. Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable, and in his rage he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kunai, the land of the dead. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and asked the gods of Yomi no Kunai permission to return to the island of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his comb alight in order to look upon his lost love. Oh, set his comb alight. Okay, so he lit his comb on fire. Okay, I see. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kunai. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. Aww. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kunai with a great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world, yet resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things. The story may be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First, those bastards take my Emiko? Then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. I mean, you dragged us into this and now you're telling us, don't do these things. I mean, lady, you drugged us. You literally roped us into this like the Meeseeks. Yeah, but you roped me into this. No, you roped me into this. The guy over there roped me into this. Mai, come here. Come here, my sweet child. You must keep you away from her. No, Grandma, I told you already. I'm going to see, Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from outsiders, Mai. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal. Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Itō. You're delusional. You tell us stories about Kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything, about Mom and Dad too. No, stop. I'll tell you how your parents, how they... You can't, can you? You've never told me how they died. The reasons always changed every time I asked. No, Mai, please, you must listen. They might be listening. They're still out there, and they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see? They? What are you talking about? You're insane. ... I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon. Don't go. Please. Kinda agree with Grandma. I mean, she's clearly seen some things. Goodbye, Grandma, despite her being a hypocrite. You know, I'd be totally cool with just, here's this mask, I'm out. Because I quite agree. From what we've seen during our escapades, if you will, we know there's something weird going on with the collector and everything else. I'm not gonna be a puppet. I ain't playing that game. I ain't using that damn mask unless they literally force like it as like a normal thing that I can't choose between. It ain't happening. I'm sorry. She's gotten much worse since you last saw her. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? About Izanagi? I don't know. It was kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi. Alright, I guess we'll head back. I wonder what happens if we knock on the door now. Can we? Knock. Go away, no visitors. Alright, you heard the lady. I feel like if we do it, it's gonna unleash some kind of like evil plague like the mummy upon the world. Whoa, whoa, where do you think you're going? Mai and I are leaving. What of it? Oh, well, you can't. I got a call from Mai's grandmother, and she says she's having health issues, so she has to stay. I didn't ask what they were. Wouldn't want to be caught fainting. Hey, what? I didn't ask what they were. Wouldn't want to be caught fainting on my shift. Again, but it must be pretty bad if she called. Mai's an adult. Her grandmother can't keep her here. Let's go. No, you don't understand. You're not going anywhere. What? Look at his glasses all, like, bright and white. I mean... We could use violence or go back. I want to exit. I want to go back for a minute. I want to see what happens. Okay, knock knock. Well, you're kind of tying my hands, lady. You're not giving me much to choose from. I mean, pretty much my only option is to use violence. I mean, unless I can go back to the shrine, maybe there'll be something different. Will she be standing there? She's supposed to be with us anyway. She shouldn't be standing there. Let's go back and see what happens. Okay, I can't even go that way. So we have no option other than beating up the bus transport guy. That poor crow slash raven over there on the ground, though. I wonder what happened to it. Looks like the other one's like standing there mourning for it. Yeah, look at his glasses. They're normal, right? Take him down! Should've let me through. Piece of shit. Huh, professional negative 10. That's not fair. You think there's no other options. Itō, what are you doing? Is he going to be okay? He'll be up again in a few hours. Why did he stop us like that? He's never done that before. Still, you shouldn't have done that. He'll be fine. Let's go. I love how she is. She's just stone cold. He'll be alright. Wait, we can't just leave him here. What if he's hurt? Mai, let's go. He might not be the only one who wants to stop us. I mean, I don't agree knocking him out is the right thing to do. I would just push my way past him and like, you can't tell me what to do and leave. Now, if he got physical with me, then I'd be like, well, it was self-defense. But, fine. Let's go. I mean, what other options did we have other than to sucker punch the dude? It didn't give us any. Alright, so back to the dojo we go. You know what, can we eat some more of your, octopus balls? Miss, I can see a glimmer in your eye that tells me you have a hunger for a second order of my nationally famous takoyaki thing. Who, me? Well, why wouldn't I? They were amazing. Yep, the struggle is real. You think I don't sit here in the presence of my own creations and not want a little taste? No, of course I do. They're delicious, but the extra time and effort means I don't have as many on hand, and I have to limit to one order per customer. But I'm your only customer. Come on, just one more taste. Sorry, no can do. There's a reason I set up in a quiet spot like this. Otherwise, I'd sell out in minutes. I mean, isn't that the point if you're trying to make a business? Well, let me know if you change your mind. Alright. Whatever. Customer is always right, though, guys. Alright. This looks like the... Oh, yeah, we've already read that. Okay. And in we go. With Mai this time. Let's see if that changes things a bit. Mai, what are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I asked her to come talk with you, but you sent her away. This woman almost got you killed. You expect me to cooperate with her? Surely, if you need to talk to me, you can come yourself. My sister doesn't need to be involved. No, if I came alone, you'd just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see. See what? What are you talking about? Oh, geez. Exclamation points out the roof. Where did you get that? Put it away. So you do know what it is. I knew you were hiding something from me. That's not true. I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place? Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Itō. Mai, I understand that you're upset with me, but we should talk about this another time. Furthermore, that mask has nothing to do with you. You're You're wrong. Back in April, when Mai was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was after. A mask your family is connected to. Looking for it? ... I suppose I've been a fool to think I could keep the truth of our family's past away from you. The past? Does this have to do with Mom and Dad? Yes, and so much more. I first saw that mask when I was a child before you were born. The truth is, it belonged to a cult called the Kamenkai. The truth is, it belonged to a cult called Kamenkai, of which our parents were members. A cult? You're kidding! How'd your parents get mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. They were a group led by a guru named Tokimasa, who promised a simpler life away from the hypocrisy of falseness of city life. Sounds like my kind of place, but even so. Our parents both had master's degrees, and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and their careers to follow some mystic and live on a compound instead. The Kamenkai were one of many such groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand, but thinking about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and Mai through, it's unforgivable. The mask was on the compound, but for what purpose or what they believed it could do, I don't know. You think there are any members of Kamenkai left who'd know? No, you see, there are no surviving members. They died, all of them, including our parents. I'm sorry, I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into the room where we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with Mai in her arms and me dragging behind. Well, how do we know the parents were dead then? When we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me that our parents were dead. That's interesting. She didn't seem sad. It was as if she expected it. But how would she know they were dead? Unless she saw it on like TV or something, but the government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died. I have a feeling they didn't, maybe. Me and Grandma didn't speak of it, ignoring it as if my childhood and everything that happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it weren't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring it couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared what might happen to us. It sounds like maybe they were drug in, being a little naive, and maybe they didn't know. And the fact that Grandma pulled the children away from them, I feel like Grandma might be shady, because you heard what she said. They'll never forgive me for what I've done. What did you do aside from save their children? I mean, if that were the case, and your children were saved and you got taken out, you'd probably be like, yeah, good job, Grandma, but that's not how it happened. So it makes me wonder, what did Grandma do? As a high schooler, I spent more time trying to find out about Kamenkai than I did studying. I thought that if I could understand why my parents so willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I'd stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace. Mom and Dad died as part of some cult? I don't believe it. It's true. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away my feelings as well. I think for Grandma, it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possession of the shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it secret. There's no way we could live a normal life with the stigma of the Kamenkai attached to us. You know, the way you heard her talk, it was almost like they don't age, or they haven't aged for a while. I don't know, like, it made it sound like, she mentioned like mortals and stuff, it made it sound like they were living an immortal life, almost like the area with the cherry blossoms and that, you know, the place we were just at, Maya's like neighborhood or whatever, with the shrine and all that. It sounds like it's stuck in time, and almost like they live there and they don't age or something. I don't know if that's the case or not, because I mean, by now Grandma would probably not be around still. Maybe, I don't know. And then the other guy at the station, it's like he knows. And he was even asking about the mask. Like, it sounded like he wanted it back, but why? And the grandma gave it to us. She wanted to get rid of it, but it didn't help. Like she said, she could still feel the sting of it, the pain of it, even with it being away so far. So that makes me question a lot. I suppose keeping that secret hurt us both dearly. For me, pursuing kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night, babbling about how she was looking for Mom. She was going into the dark with the mask. Just like the collector suggested we should, and I don't think that's a good idea. When she'd come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. So she went to the same place that the guy went for his beloved and found her like rotting, and then ran for the hills, and she sent people after them. There's more to the story though, but that's where it sounds like she went. I was too scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers holding nothing but the mask. The same one from the cult compound all those years before, and the one you hold now. It's like she's in the same world, but she can see things that aren't there. It's like a realm inside a realm. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long, and all the unpleasant memories from my past came flooding back. That was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandma in the first place. I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air, or maybe someone gave it to her. She never said. Yeah, it makes it kind of weird. Like, why would she take that with her if she thought everything from that cult compound was bad and tried to run? Why would she still have it? Unless it just showed up one day and has been following her ever since. Like, she couldn't run from it. They were already, like, involved. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. It had a strange aura about it. Whoa, wait, Grandma was looking for Mom in the sewers? I don't remember any of this. You were in the dorms at your school at the time. Grandma's strange behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into the madness of our past. We parted ways without ever speaking of it, and she was much better by the time you returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it that you're looking for? Surely our family's history isn't of use to you. I assume you've heard about what happened to my partner. This mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, then I want to help. Your partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, Mai, you've helped plenty, but I have to do this on my own. Itō is right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't be involved in something so dangerous. I already thought I'd lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now. So it's like the spirit of Reina, the one that was the pop idol, was holding her hostage because of her connection to the mask, thinking that if she held one of the family members hostage that they would get the mask. Well, it sounds like if they give the mask back, then everything's good, maybe? ... Alright, thank you for finally telling me the truth. Takashi, I'll head back for now. I have a feeling Grandma's gonna be, like, freaking out. Maybe she really was sick, maybe it wasn't real. Maybe we're gonna come back and Grandma's gonna be dead. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for your help, Mai. You're right, Mai. I'll come visit you soon. It looks like she's gone. Mai's not here. There's no need to be coy. No doubt taking possession of that mask has taken its toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I never would have dreamed up on my own. There was always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to be around. Maybe lying to Mai again makes me a hypocrite. All I know is I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, I don't believe that mask is simply wood and paint, though. I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did, except for one man. On this street, there's an old tea shop. Perhaps you saw it on the way in. Yeah, I did, but it didn't look like it was open. An old historian named Yashuhisha, something like that, is there occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged what I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on the mask, he may be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally on other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Hopefully he can shed some light on what it really is. Neat. Alright, +1 investigation. I hope so, but please, detective, be careful. Alright, well thank you, friend.
From the secret shadows of dawn, there's a darkness to disguise. The simple thought I recognize.